Hello, my fine viewers. My name is Zack Hall, and you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Just kidding. This is round 5 of the November Challenge. Oh, yeah. We are 2/3 of the way through the Swiss. And we have a match between two 3-in-1s. Not just any 3-in-1s either. One on your left, Chris Allan, professional clown shoe. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He gets paid to clown around. On your right, sporting the Titanium Champion playmat, Kevin Liu. Kevin won last month, and he's back for more. He's trying to top 8 back-to-back. He won with his Valakut deck last time, and damn, I have to imagine he's playing a Valakut deck this time. What else is there? Not too many changes this month for Kevin. He added an Anger of the Gods. That's something. A little different. Little differences. But other than that, you know, it's still pretty much the same. He actually cut his negates, the cards that helped him win the finals against an almost unwinnable matchup against the Storm deck of Dylan Ham. He actually cut these cards. Really surprising to me that he cut these. But he did. I guess he decided that they weren't worth it. Not really sure why. But he's sporting a little more of an anti-creature package, anti-burn and creature package this month, with 4 Baloth in the sideboard, Anger main deck, a little more combo-centric with multiple Prismatic Omens in the main. His opponent, Chris Allan, got a damn fun name to say, by the way. Chris Allan. Krallen. He's playing Eldrazi Tron. The deck that I hate to comment on the most. Eldrazi Tron. Give me a Goblin Charbelcher deck. Give me a Drago strategy. Give me a Control Mirror. Give me a Burn Mirror. But don't give me Eldrazi Tron. There are just so many times that you can watch a Thought-Knot Seer and be excited about it. And damn it, I've missed my limit. So, Chris Allan on 6 cards. Now, there are many different ways to build Eldrazi Tron as a Sakura Tribe comes out. There are very many ways to build Eldrazi Tron, as Chris shows. I mean, we saw Steve last round, and we saw Chris this round. These decks are fundamentally and diametrically opposed. Chris has white-bordered Urza lands, and Steve has black-bordered. Now tell me that's not diversity. It's absurd. This Eldrazi Tron deck is just stupid. And I'm sorry. If you play the deck, I'm sorry. Like, to poop on your deck. It's not anything against you personally, guys. It's just looking at Steve and Chris's deck, they have like 57 cards in common. Oh, wow. 55. Excuse me. Excuse me. 55 cards of common. When you limit yourself to only colorless spells, well, there's just not that much you can do. And I don't know if it deserves a ban. I'm not saying it deserves a ban, right? Like, that's a little harsh. It's not... You can fight the deck. I mean, this deck basically scoops to Ensnaring Bridge. It's got, like, Endbringers and, like, and Ulamog maybe. Karn, I guess. But, you know, it's like pretty good. Blood Moon's, like, pretty good. It doesn't win. Eldrazi Tron. Doesn't even play that many Eldrazi's. So in for 4 goes Chris Allan. His hand is terrible. As Kevin's deck's super consistent. He deploys a prime time. What time is it? It's prime time. What time is it? It's prime time. Prime time. Oh. Sorry guys, I can only sing. Like when faced with Eldrazi Tron again, I can only sing. Chris, I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't want to say it. Chris, I don't want to... Zach, don't say it. Man, I'm going to say it. Chris, this serves you right. Look at you. Look at you right now. Look what you're doing. You're playing 4/4s for 4. Do something broken. Two mana. 2 lands, anyway. TKS gonna take that Farseek, of course. This game's over. Sorry, but this game's over. Come on, Chris. Scoop him up. I gotta pee, Chris. A mere 4 Valakut triggers. God, you're so dead, dude. Chris, all the cards in the deck do the same thing, Chris. Let's just watch Steve's face. Shall we, in the background? He's like, why is this guy still playing? There's a scoop. Thank you. Going to the sideboards. Let's see what Chris will fight with. Let's see how he'll have a chance. He's got 2 surgical extraction. That's okay. I mean, it gives him a chance. He can Ghost Quarter a Valakut and then surgical it. Not the worst plan I've ever seen. He has Sorcerer's Spyglass for Sakura Tri-Builder. That's technically not nothing. He has the 3rd Ghost Quarter in the sideboard. He has an Ugin, I guess. And a Worm Coil if he wants it. But really, that's about it. That's about it. As always, Eldrazi Tron is just going to depend on the composition of Chris's hand. It's a deck with no card draw. Its only card filtration is Expedition Map. All it can do is get the mana it needs, get the specific land it needs, and from there, it's at the mercy of its draws. Kevin, on the other hand, has Nature's Claim if he fears artifacts. Has Witchbane Orb, X2, surprisingly, if he fears Walking Ballista. Or Karn, I guess. That's technically something. He has a Rex Sage. He has Obstinate Ballast. All of Kevin's sideboard cards are like pretty average here. Nothing he... I mean, maybe this is just my ignorance of the matchup. And it may be. I can happily say, proudly say, that I've never played Eldrazi Tron. But I'm also not a Valakut player. So I have not played either side of this matchup. Not about to claim that I have. So I'm not sure how Kevin's going to sideboard. He has Relic of Progenitus to take out. Those are 2 easy side outs. Now, whether he'll side in the Witchbanes or the Nature's Claims, or hell, the Obstinate Ballots, I don't know. Not sure. Even Engineered Explosives. If he's scared of the Chalice of the Void. So 2 games in, 2 mulligans for Chris. 2 games in, 0 mulligans for Kevin. I went with Chris to an invitational tournament in Virginia maybe about 6 months ago. I think it was summertime. Roomed with him. Kept up with him throughout the weekend, you know, see how he's doing. He sees how I'm doing. Didn't do well at that event, but I think he did learn a lot about Modern in that event. He immediately dumped the deck he was playing. And, you know, since then, he's moved through a few different decks before finally settling on Eldrazi Tron. And Chris is proof that you just gotta keep playing till you find the deck you like. I've seen him buy and sell like 4 different Modern decks in the past 6 or 9 months. That's just how it is with Magic, right? Like, you play a deck, like, yeah, it's one of the best decks in the format, but if you don't like it, if you just don't fundamentally understand, like, what's best, you know, you're just not gonna succeed with that deck. And for Chris, what is best in life is crushing his enemies, driving them before him, and seeing the lamentations of their titans. as he untaps with a Walking Ballista. A good position against any deck, but I'll tell you what, at its worst against Eldrazi Tron. Let's see if he just sinks mana into this. Ooh, Beast Within. That's what Kevin chooses. Ooh, not the best play by Chris there. Reflexively, you know, he dealt Kevin Liu 3 damage. Because that's what you do, right? When someone targets your Walking Ballista, you reflexively use all the counters, and you shoot your opponent, or you shoot their creatures. So I don't blame Chris for doing that. It's the natural thing to do. That said, in this situation, definitely would have been better off shooting him twice and getting a 3/3. So Obstinate Baloth versus Walking Ballista. Now math comes in. You can drop your opponent to 14. Make him chump next turn. He does not. He instead just deals 4. Because, look at this plan he's got. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ballista number 2. 2 4/4s. Kevin Liu under quite a clock here. And these 4/4s are not gonna really do it. Hmm. 10 mana available to Chris Allan. What is his plan? Now, he can trade 1 Ballista for both Baloths. This, though, does leave him open to a Lightning Bolt, to an Anger of the Gods, to a single artifact removal spell. He could instead just say go, sit on his Ballistas, build one up to a 9/9, which I think I like a little more. You know, when the turn started, I definitely liked attacking. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that sitting back was, I think, the right play. So Wood Elves for Kevin. Just trying to ramp. Just trying to ramp. Back to Chris. Steve Zhang looks on in the background. He's hoping for the Tron player here. Because really, I mean, you gotta be scared of the Valakut matchup if you're Eldrazi Tron. You just gotta be frightened of it. It can just go above you. Not many decks can go above Eldrazi Tron. It can go above Karn Liberated, Endbringer, Matter Reshaper, Batterskull Basilisk Collar. But Valakut, the card Valakut, represents like so much damage. $13 mountain cards in Kevin's deck and 4 Valakuts. That's like 150 damage from mountains. So, as much as Chris dirtles around and builds his army and creates ever larger creatures, it just doesn't matter, because eventually Kevin Liu is going to slam Prismatic Omen and Scapeshift in the same turn and win. Another Ghost Quarter from Chris. That's a great draw. And here we see, finally, the Ballistas turn sideways. Have to imagine the Matter Shaper should have as well. See how Chris plays this combat. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I don't know like exactly what Chris did. I don't know that it was exactly optimal. But I'll tell you the end result. All the creatures died. And unless Kevin Liu can come up with some kind of Scapeship finished in the next 2 turns, he will as well die. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did Valak... Yeah, there we go. Close one. Close one, Kevin Liu. So now Valakut's online. Takes out a Walking Ballista, but does it matter? Endbringer draws a card end of turn. Has the ability to tap down Primetime. Does he have enough to kill? With just the creatures on board, 8, 11, 19, I think he does. Yeah, there we go. Reality Smasher makes it so even Lightning Bolt will not save Kevin Liu. So we see there from Kevin the problems with filling your sideboard with these mid-range cards. Right? Obstinate Baloth, a great Magic card. A great Magic card. Phenomenal. Like the best Ravenous Baloth ever. But I'll tell you what it loses to. And that's Walking Ballista. Absurd Magic card. Walking Ballista is absurd. So if I'm Kevin Liu, I'm like, oh man, that was ugly. That was ugly. Chris just made my 4/4s look so bad. And if those were just like cards that fetch lands, because right, like Kevin sided out so many cards, I have to imagine he sided out some cards that fetch lands. Like he sided in a bunch of cards. So I got to imagine that even with like one more land fetch, he could have done something a little better. So I'd go back to the drawing board if I'm Kevin Liu. Far be it from me to criticize the Valakut Master Kevin. I mean, look at him. He's got the Titanium Series Champion playmat. But those ballasts just did not impress at all. At all, at all, at all. Would have much rather had that game, the Nature's Claim. Or the Rex Sage. Or even the Witchbane. Well, maybe not the Witchbane Orb. So here we go. Here's the game 3. Kevin Liu on the play. Let's see if he can assemble the necessary 7 or 8 lands. Chris, going to Paris again. A Kralin in Paris. Coming to a theater to you next fall. I'm just kidding, folks. Chris does not sound like that. Despite his gruff exterior, my boy has a heart of brass. I mean gold. I mean gilt leaf. Search for Tomorrow versus Urza's Mine. Wooded Foothills gets Mountain. Farseek gets Cinderglade. Oh, Stomping Ground. I'm a wrong. Big difference in all these Valakut cards. They all do very different and distinct things. 2 mana. Ratchet Bomb. A terrible card in this matchup. Not sure what Chris is thinking. Like, what can he hope to do with that? I'm so confused. The only thing it's good against is Prismatic Omen, of which Kevin does play 2. Chris setting up Eldrazi Tron. He's going to have it in T-minus half a turn. Ooh, Ratchet Bomb down. Big plays here, big plays. Got to get that Ratchet Bomb that's going to be dead. Got to get it. You never know what can happen if you let your opponent have a Ratchet Bomb. So Tron is here. The Troniest Tron that ever did Tron. What's he going to do with 9 mana, I wonder? Nine mana. I see a Karn. I see an Endbringer. I see a Smasher. Getting Reality Smasher on the board's pretty tempting. Like, usually you just play Karn, right? Like, if you can play Karn, you play Karn. That's a good rule of thumb. But Karn has the plus. Whereas Endbringer and Walking Ballista, this lets you play 2 spells in 1 turn. And I like that better. Two Valakuts. This is unfortunate. Chris needs to set up some kind of like Ghost Quarter Surgical on Valakut right now, or this is going to get so out of hand. Because Kevin already has 6 mountains. Even if Karn exiles that prime time, every single mountain or mountain fetcher drawn for Kevin Liu is 6 damage, shooting down Endbringer. Or directly at Chris's life total, even more likely. Karn takes out Valakut. That plus the Endbringer tap. Chris is trying. He's trying his best. I get his line. I like his line. But the problem is, does Scapeshift mean lethal? Prismatic Omen, Scapeshift. That is a lot of damage. I don't know how much, but that is a lot of damage. Approximately a lot. Approximately a ton. That's game, boys. Handshake. Eldrazi Tron falls. Tough matchup. That is a tough matchup for Chris Allan. I mean, the Valakut deck just has such inevitability, as we saw there. Like, look at these huge mana cards that Chris deployed. Walking Ballista, Endbringer, Karn, 2 Smashers still in hand, Wormcoil in hand. Tron assembled, it just doesn't matter. Unless you can interact on that unique axis that Valakut does, or erase it. Eldrazi Tron can do neither. Well, yeah, you're going to lose. So everybody, we got 1 round of Swiss left, 3 rounds of top 8. We are almost done in this November challenge. We are almost done. Now, if you missed this tournament, but are somehow watching this YouTube video, we are having a Titanium Plus event, November 25th, at the DCU Center in Worcester. That is going to be awesome. It's a 1-day event, modern, $5,000 prize pool. This tournament qualifies 2 players for the Titanium Finals, not just 1, and the winner gets a 1-round bye. Going to be 4 approved vendors there. Flipside, Moose Loot, Gaming, etc. TJ Collectibles. A lot of vendors to buy your cards, sell their rarities and foils. Whenever they come to our events, these vendors always bring a lot of cool foils. Hard to find foreign cards, power, reserve list cards. And there's a lot of competition with the vendors, so they pay good prices. Good place to buy and sell. There'll be a legacy event. There'll be drafts. Meet a lot there. And it's only in Worcester. Worcester is the second biggest city in New England, I just learned. Fun fact. So come check us out. Myself and Dylan Plort will be doing coverage all day. And we're going to crown a champion of that tournament. Give away 2 invites and a buy. Hope to see you there. Round 6 coming up next, everybody. Thanks for watching.